Hello, welcome to AppPulse Mobile. AppPulse Mobile monitors the user experience of your mobile applications. Let's look at one of our apps. Our app's Fundex gives us a single unified score measuring the real user experience of our app. Are our users experiencing poor UI performance, stability problems, or high resource consumption? We see here that crashes are having the greatest impact on user experience. Let's see why. How many users are suffering from crashes? And which user action is causing the most crashes? This helps us focus on what we need to fix in order to quickly improve the user experience. And AppPulse Mobile automatically detects these screen and action names without requiring any code changes. To fix a crash, we need to know its root cause and be able to reproduce it. Here we can see the device details and crash log. We can also look at the crash trail, which automatically shows the user actions that led to the crash, as well as any breadcrumbs the developer reported using our API. Finally, we can submit a defect to a project management tool supported by AppPulse Mobile. Are there any errors that impact our user experience? Here, AppPulse Mobile has performed semantic analysis and identified this message as an error. And here's the HTTP error related to the UI message. Now let's look at another error. This one has been reported by the application developer using the AppPulse Mobile API. Let's look at another aspect that influences user experience, our app's UI performance. AppPulse Mobile measures UI response times as perceived by the user, from when the user does something until the result appears. Here we can easily see which slow actions are impacting the most users. The HTTP timeline shows us if the problem is in a specific HTTP request. The URL details help us identify whether we have an issue on the client side or server side. Is there a specific OS or device where a lot of users suffer from bad response times? We can drag an OS bubble to see response times broken down by device. Now let's look at how our app's resource consumption impacts our user experience. Does our app use an excessive amount of battery or cellular data? We can see details of battery consumption in different devices or OSs. We can also see which user actions use the most cellular data to help identify problematic actions. Are any third-party domains taking high resources? Don't let third parties bring down your app's user experience. We've seen how UI performance, stability, and resources impact our Fundex measuring user experience. Now let's see how the experience of our users relates to their actual usage of our app. What exactly are our users doing? Here we see the flows that our users followed. We can clearly see where our users had trouble and abandoned the app. Are our users interacting with our app the way we expect? Here we see the most popular user actions together with their user experience. Finally, let's look at user engagement. In order to succeed, our app has to be in use. Here we can track the number of users and launches on each version and detect drops early before losing customers. We've seen how AppPulse Mobile makes it incredibly easy to measure the real mobile user experience, focus on what matters to our users, and improve our app to get 5 stars. Try AppPulse Mobile today.